Curiosity is the curriculum. Big questions, bold ideas, brilliant minds came together in Conversations 2025 hosted by admissiontree.in on 20th August 2025.
A warm welcome to all of you to Conversations 2025. That's admissiontree.in presenting Conversations 2025. What a beautiful afternoon into an evening it's going to be. And you know, life is all about conversations. You engage, you interact, you converse, and you get to a situation.
At the time when I started, there was of course no internet, which may seem completely strange to many people in this audience. Obviously, there was no mobile phone, so phones were tethered to the wall with wires, and conversations were minimal. And phones were not something that you peered into, but you held like this to have a conversation. And so, you know, that was the world where I started my school and college. And, you know, basically I went in for an MBA after doing BCom here from Xavier's. Then I went for an MBA and realized that I wanted to have more of this academic life. So not quite ready to join the workforce yet. And I continued to do a PhD at INSEAD in France. And post that, I was a research fellow at Harvard. And then I worked as an academic, as a professor in Istanbul and in Sweden. And then once again, you know, one thing I can say about my career is I've tried various things. You only live once. So then I moved from academia to management consulting back in the US, then back to India and in the corporate world. And finally I thought, okay, entrepreneurship. So I started a food brand, which I'm happy to say that continues and grows while I've moved on, and I've joined J.D. Birla Institute because that education and strategy are some of my fundamental passions. So this seems to combine all of that, and I was very encouraged with the promoter's vision, and I thought that this is where I would certainly like to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, kindly put your hands together and please join me in welcoming none other than Dr. Devi Prasad Duwari. Warm welcome to you, sir.
As you all know, the year 2047 will mark the centenary. By then, the nation envisions, at least the policymakers are saying, not only as a developed country, but also a global leader in knowledge, innovation, and technology. Since the technology has always been an integral to India's growth, if you really notice that, from the pioneering work of the scientists like C.V. Raman, S.N. Bose, Homi Bhabha, Vikram Sarabhai, to our recent advanced achievements in space missions, Chandrayaan-3, Aditya, and so on and so forth. So India has consistently demonstrated its capability to innovate and excel. And based on that perception, everybody in the country thinks India is going to rise and rise and rise in the future. What are the aspirations basically? In terms of, say, vision to transform India into a developed, knowledge-driven, technology-powered society. And here the word technology I'm using is the core technology, not the other affiliated technology, because other affiliated technology will not come into play if the core technologies fail and the country does not develop. And I cannot wear a shirt made by the best fashion designer if I don't have the money, right? And to have the money, the whole country should develop. It's not that I will only develop. So science and technology is a pivotal thing which sort of radiates to the whole society in terms of overall development. we aim to be counted among the top 3 nations in scientific research and innovation.
Imagine that this black balloon is our mother planet Earth. And imagine that this white balloon is the atmosphere. The meteor, asteroid, comet can go and hit the surface of the moon. You can see the craters. Tycho crater around 84 kilometers. More than that. Even thousands of kilometers there. And you know, this type of things are possible on the surface of the moon because there is no air. No one is protecting you, right? But on the surface of the earth, you are protected. How? Just a simple experiment can prove it so. And now see, your mother planet, the atmosphere protecting you from the dangerous ultraviolet ray, the cosmic particles, and maybe meteor or meteorites. So many things. Our earth, our atmosphere is there, protecting us. Imagine that we have come back from the moon to the earth. 1, 2, 3. Wow. Clap to them, the brave students. They haven't lost any part of their body and they haven't lost their life.
You both are interacting with children and offering education to children anywhere, children before going to college for you, and I think under the age of 12 for you. How important is it to set that learning mindset in these early years so that the lifelong mindset of learning can continue? If you can begin with that answer, please.
I think it's rather obvious that the earlier children get this learning mindset, it's better for them. The good thing is you can learn at any stage. That's the reality that we know. The brain is plastic, so you can learn at any age. So there's no problem if you haven't missed learning early. But the earlier you start, you obviously build on, because it's like a compound interest. The earlier you start, you build on, and surely when you grow older, when you come to college, you get into work, you are far more skilled and far more ability to handle complex stuff than people who haven't learned. So naturally you'll get the better jobs, the better promotions, and hopefully you'll do something unique and interesting. So there's absolutely no doubt, the earlier you start, it's better for children. I mean, I think that's something everybody's obvious for all of us.
Yeah, absolutely. Would you like to add to that?
Yeah, I would just say curiosity is the first step towards any learning process, because only when I am curious am I going to ask questions, and only when I am going to ask questions I am going to find answers. And in that process, I am not learning the answers. I am also learning how to find answers. And that's the lifelong skill. And I feel curiosity is a habit. So if it's not developed in the early stage, then we start identifying ourselves. I may start identifying myself as education specialist. Someone may start identifying themselves as principal. Someone may start identifying them as a finance specialist. So then to adapt and be curious becomes very, very difficult because we become domain experts. So I think that's one challenge I see, that adulthood brings identification, which then kind of goes against curiosity.
That's really well articulated and quite factually articulated as well, I would say. Please put your hands together and welcome on stage Dr. V. Narayanan, ISRO Chairman. Sir, I am a journalist by profession. So my first question will have to be around Shubhanshu Shukla. And what was your conversation like with him? He's recently come back from the US, and I know you were there to receive him as well. There's so much excitement around that. What was your conversation like when you met him?
Subhasnu Shukla is basically an Air Force pilot, but now he's a ISRO employee. He is my colleague working with us.
Absolutely.
And you all may be knowing that He has been successfully sent to space.
Yes.
He is the second Indian to be sent to space and first Indian to be sent to International Space Station, and he was brought back safely. But I would like to share one important thing. Probably you may not be knowing. He was sent to space on 25th June by Falcon rocket. And first of all, I want to thank Honorable Prime Minister. He announced August 15, 2018. He announced the Gaganyaan program. Gaganyaan program is a simple program where we have to send our own brothers or sisters to space using our rocket.
Yes.
Sending to space is very easy. Sending to space and bring them back safely, that is the toughest part of it. So we all are working towards that.
So, you speak with so much passion. Like, one can sense that you have a lot of joy in the work that you do. And, given that our theme is curiosity is the curriculum, what keeps you curious about the work that you do?
First of all, before going to your question, I have to salute a couple of people. First and foremost, here there may be Hindus, Muslims, Christians. I don't know, anybody has seen God directly? We go to temple, of course, when you pray well, and we see this one. But I have seen gods. You know where? The face of my teachers, starting from primary school to PhD, I see them like God only. Dear students, dear principals, probably you may not be knowing your value, but the students know who you are. To be frank, whenever I sit in front of my teachers, whatever they tell, I see God in their face. Whatever they say, I accept totally. I follow them, and that is one of the reasons I am here with you today.
Sir, there is so much exciting stuff happening for Indian space right now, whether it's startups, in this space. What are you most excited about? What are the upcoming projects of ISRO that are keeping you excited?
Number one, I feel I am a proud Indian.
Yeah.
You know why? 1947 when we got independence, 97.5% people were below the poverty line. And you know who ruled us? UK team ruled us. Today, we have grown and grown. We have overtaken them and we are economically fourth in position in the world.
Yeah.
So let us give a big hand to all the people. Second thing, you take education as a sector. When we got independence, hardly 12% people were only literate. There were no IITs, no IIMs, no All India Institute of Medical Science. Today, we can criticize us, but we should also appreciate us. There are fantastic institutions. Hardly 2,825 primary schools. And today, how many schools? Yeah. And what type of IITs you are having, what type of All India Institutes. And we have built the education so excellent. Today, 79.7% people are literate. And not only literate, and their knowledge, the standard of Indians, you should understand when you go abroad, when you stand in different forums.
That's why we are sought after.
And Indian education system is one of the best education system. Let us give a big hand to all the principals who are all here. And you are the people, you are molding and grooming the children. And I strongly believe there are two types of educations. One is a intellectual based education and another one is a value based education. And I am successful because my teachers, primary school teachers, high school teachers, they have pumped in me the value-based education in par with the intellectual based education. So you have got a great responsibility to execute that job. And academically students will be good, but that doesn't mean great. Along with that, the overall personality is important. So it is you. Shall I tell you one thing? Without your knowledge, the students learn lot of things from you. If I am good, it is the great thing. The entire thing credit goes to my teachers. If I have any weakness, then you know who to be blamed, not me. So the teachers really plays a very, very, very important role.
Cannot agree more, sir. Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, I think Dr. Narayanan deserves a standing ovation and all our respect all our gratitude for the work that he's leading at ISRO. Please stay with us, sir. I'd like to invite Dhruva Mukherjee, CEO at ABP, to felicitate our honorable chief guest. He has inspired us with his words and also inspired us by his stories and all the anecdotes that he shared with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, students from various institutions, 50 institutions registered, 21 were shortlisted, and of course, it was all about Future Scope 2047. Each school had a project and 21 of them displayed it just at the other hall. And out of these 21 schools, all were congratulated, but we have 3 winners. And right now, it is such an honor to have the ABP CEO as well as Mr. Narayanan, who is from ISRO, who has told us so much. Starting off with our second runner-up, we'd like to call on Young Horizons School, but unfortunately the students are not here, but I would like to call on the principal, Ms. Sharmishta Sen, to kindly come forward. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a big hand. Their project was Aqua Shield. And the students were Shandilya Das, Ronak Datta, Aryaman Kar, and Zenifa Media. But on behalf, we have the principal. They get a 10,000 cash check, also courtesy Admission Tree. Amazing. Their effort truly paid off. And our first runner-up, ladies and gentlemen, Sayani International School, Mahesh Tala. The project being Eco Dots, exploring innovation that will shape our world tomorrow. Ashmita Maji, Ayush Dotto, and Shushru Chatterjee. They get vouchers, they get medals, they get a small trophy, and of course, a check of 15,000. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a big hand, the future of our country. Maybe after some years, they'll be at ISRO. An all-girls team from Sri Shikshayatan School and their project Smart Overtrap Network, Early Warning for Dengue. Shrinka Roy, Shrestha Ghosh, Oritriko Hajra, Atmoja Chakravarti and Shriya Kundu. So we request both of you all to be on stage. And now no event is a success without the support. And from SIP Abacus, our presenting sponsor, I would like to call on Dinesh Victor and Shubhajit Maulik to kindly come on stage. We'll be felicitating them. And thank you so much for supporting this amazing cause of conversations and encouraging the students. Now I'd like to call on our powered by sponsor education initiative, Mr. Vikas Narang. Would like to have you on stage, please, sir. Big hand to them, ladies and gentlemen. They encouraged conversations, they encouraged us. And our co-sponsor, I would like to call on from Vidya Mandir Society, Major General V.N. Chaturvedi sir and his team. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had an amazing evening, and sir, thank you so much for enriching us and actually fulfilling our curiosity.